The Empire had seen many strange things in the galaxy. Dead suns, living planets, creatures made of light. But the planet named Kvorsavan was different. No one remembered placing it on the star charts. It just appeared. Empire scanners picked up strange signals from it. Weak energy, odd gravity, and one short message that repeated again and again. Do not enter. Do not wake them. Of course, the Empire laughed. They had the best warriors, the best ships, the best minds. Who would dare stop them? So High Command chose their top Team 12 elite soldiers, 2 top scientists, and 1 advanced AI pilot. They were known as Squad Valiant. They had fought on burning moons and ice worlds. They had won every mission, never lost a man. This mission was supposed to be easy. Land, explore, report. Simple, but something felt wrong. Commander Drax, the team leader, stood on the deck of the ship, Iron Truth. His armor was polished. His face showed no fear. But deep inside, even he felt a chill. "What's your gut say, Drax?" asked Dr. Mellon, the lead scientist. Drax didn't smile. "I don't trust planets that whisper warnings." Mellon nodded. She was smart, calm. "Maybe it's just old tech, some lost warning system. Or maybe someone's still down there," Drax said. Behind them, the crew watched the planet slowly spin on the screen. Kavor 7 was green and blue, like Earth once was. No cities, no signs of life, but the air was clean, the water flowed. Peaceful, too peaceful. 30 minutes to orbit, the AI pilot said. Its voice was smooth, emotionless. The team prepared. Armor sealed, weapons checked. Its scanners warmed up. Then the second signal came. This time it wasn't a warning. It was a whisper. One word. Run. Dr. Mellon froze. That was human speech. It came from the planet, Drax asked. Yes, and it's recent. Less than 10 hours old. But there's no one down there, said Soldier Varn, right? No one answered. Drax stared at the screen. Stay sharp. We land. Quick sweep, then out. They dropped through the clouds in a fast shuttle. Surface came into view, forests, lakes, broken mountains. But no animals. No wind. Not even birds. Dead silence. The shuttle landed on a flat stone area, half buried in vines. The team stepped out. It was cold, not in temperature, but in feeling. Like the air didn't want them there. Commander said, Soldier Lex. These stones, they look human-made. It was right. The landing area was old, worn but still. Strong, strange symbols were carved in the stone symbols from old Earth history. Symbols used by forgotten armies? Scan the area, Drax ordered. Dr. Mellon checked her reader. This place is ancient, but the energy signature is active. Like something is still running under the ground. Where's it coming from? Asked Varn. Below us. They followed the readings to a nearby structure, mostly buried under dirt and roots. Looked like a bunker. As they cleared the entrance, the team found a metal door, rusted but strong. Words were written on it, faded but still clear. Earth. Unit 9. Do not wake. Earth? One soldier asked. This place was Earth's. No record of it, Dr. Mellon said. This wasn't on any Empire file. Drax touched the door. Oh. It was warm. Humming softly, we open it, he said. Everyone tensed. The door slid open with a loud screech. Inside was darkness. Lights flickered on dim, red, and old. They stepped into a long hallway. It's metal strong. Human design. But not like anything the Empire had seen. Something's running this place, said the AI pilot from the shuttle above. Power is flowing deep inside. Something big. Suddenly, the door behind them slammed shut. Commander. A voice crackled through their comms. It was the ship above. We just lost external signal. You vanished off our scanners. What? Drax snapped. We're still here. No, from our view, you're gone. Silence. Then the signal cut out. They were alone. Drax looked at his team. No panic. Find the core. Figure out what this place is. A loud thud echoed from deep inside the base. Then another, heavy, slow. getting closer. Dr. Malin's scanner beeped. Commander, something's waking up. The team raised their weapons. From the shadows ahead, 2 red lights flicked on. Lights.eyes.human-shaped, but too tall, too still, too silent. And more were waking up behind it, one by one, the empires. Best were no longer the hunters. They were the prey. The hallway was cold. Not just the air, but something deeper. Felt like the walls were watching them. Commander Drax held his rifle tight. His team moved slowly behind him. Every footstep echoed. Still no signal from the ship, said Soldier Varn, checking his comms. It's like we don't exist. Drax didn't answer. He just kept walking. Dr. Mellon looked at her scanner. This structure is huge. It goes deep underground. The deeper we go, the more energy I detect. We passed broken lights, old Earth banners on the wall, and deep scratch marks in the metal. Something had happened here. Something violent. Then they reached a room. It was large like a training arena. Metal targets were placed around it. Weapon racks lined the walls. And on one side, a cracked glass wall showed a control room beyond. This is military, said Mellon. This wasn't just a base. It was a training site. But for who? Asked Lex. They all turned as the lights flickered again. In the middle of the room was a metal table. On it lay a helmet, black, heavy, and marked with a red Earth symbol none of them recognized. Varn picked it up. Old tech, human-made, stronger than any armor we've seen. Put it down. The lights dimmed. A whisper filled the room. You are not supposed to be here. Everyone froze. Who said that? Drax demanded, aiming his rifle. But there was no answer. Just the faint sound of footsteps. Coming closer, thermal scan shows no life signs, said Lex, panicking. But we hear it, said Mellon. Something is walking. Suddenly a figure stepped from the shadows, human shape, tall, fully armored. Its eyes glowed red. It stood still, watching. Identify yourself, shouted Drax. No reply. Another figure appeared, then another 6 in total. All looked the same, black armor, red eyes, silent. They're not attacking, Varn whispered. They're waiting, said Mellon. Drax raised his hand slowly. We come in peace. We're explorers. We didn't mean to trespass. The lead. The figure finally moved. Its voice was deep, robotic, but human too. Earth left us here. You were not supposed to come. What are you? Drax asked. The figure stepped closer. We are the Forgotten, made by Earth, left behind, trained for war, born for silence. Elaine gasped. I've read about this. Rumors only. Earth once made special soldiers, ultra-class, but they vanished. Centuries ago, we did not vanish, said the figure. We waited. Varn stepped forward. Waited for what? The lights in the ceiling flashed red. Waited for the enemy. For anyone who steps here. Then, without warning, all 6 figures turned and walked away deeper into the base. What was that? Lex asked. They just left. They didn't see us as a threat, Drax said. Mellon looked at the scanner. They're leading us. Or warning us. The team followed. They passed more strange rooms. Sleeping pods, empty but massive. Weapon lockers still sealed. Walls with old human battle plans. One thing was clear. This place had once been full of life. Soldiers, scientists, commanders. Now it was a tomb. They entered another chamber. This one looked like a command center. A dusty control panel blinked weakly. Malene powered it up. A hologram appeared. A human woman in Earth's military uniform. She looked tired, her eyes full of sorrow. If you're seeing this, the hologram said, you've made a mistake. This base is not abandoned. These soldiers, they are not human anymore. We couldn't control them. The image glitched. They'd follow only. One rule now. Defend Earth's secrets at any cost, even against Earth itself. The hologram ended. The room went silent. What does that mean? Lex asked, shaking. It means they're not soldiers anymore, said Drax. They're weapons. Mellon looked around. They were made to fight something. someone. But now, Varn said slowly, they fight anyone who enters. Drax turned to the team. We leave now. This mission ends here. It was already too late. Alarms suddenly blared across the base. Foreign presence detected. Lockdown initiated. The door behind them slammed shut. Red lights lit up. Heavy steps echoed again, this time from all directions. They're not leading us, Glenn whispered. They were testing us. Drax raised his rifle. The walls began to move. Secret doors opened, and more armored figures stepped out. 10, 20, 30, all. Silent, all watching, none of them blinked. None of them breathed. The Empire's best had. Entered with pride, now they stood face to face with Earth's forgotten ghosts, and not all of them would make it out. The team stood back to back. Red lights blinked across the walls. Sirens echoed deep through the halls. The doors had locked tight. No way in, no way out. Dozens of armored figures surrounded them, silent, still watching, then dashed just as quickly. They vanished into the shadows, gone, like ghosts. What just happened? Whispered Soldier Lex, shaking. They could have attacked, said Commander Drax, but they didn't. They're playing with us, Dr. Mellon said. Testing our fear, watching our choices. Drax scanned the room. They control this place. Every light, every door. We're in their cage. Suddenly, the floor shook. A loud thud came from below, then another. Something massive was moving. They woke up more, Varn said, eyes wide. Bigger ones. We have to find another way out, Drax ordered. Now, they moved through the corridor. Fast but careful, but the silence was worse than any sound. The team entered a new hallway. The walls were burnt, like fire had ripped. Through them, blackened marks, melted metal. What did this? Lex asked. Varn pointed to the wall. Look at that. A deep slash, nearly a meter long. It's cut straight through steel. Not a bomb, not a bullet, a blade. Something strong lives here, Mellon whispered. Suddenly a scream echoed from behind them. Help. Team spun around. One of their soldiers, Jarn, was missing. He was right here, Varn shouted. They ran back. Just his rifle lay on the floor. Still warm, no blood. No signs of a fight, just gone. Lex backed away slowly. This isn't war. This is a hunt. And they were the prey. They reached a large room filled with strange tubes, some broken, some glowing faintly. Inside the tubes were shapes humans, or what used to be tall. Muscular, but their bodies were enhanced wires in their skin. Bones, eyes glowing under closed lids. They were made here, Mellon said, staring. Earth grew these soldiers. Varn checked a screen. This file says, Unit Type, Berserker, Status, Sleeping, Threat Level, Extreme. Another file showed. Rows of names. Most were marked offline, but some had turned green. Awake. Lex stepped back. We woke them. They were never meant to be found, Mellon said. Earth buried this base for a reason. Suddenly, the room's lights died. Darkness, then footsteps, heavy, slow, getting closer. Flashlights on, Drax ordered. The team raised their weapons and lit the hall. A figure walked out from the shadows, not fast, not angry, just calm. It didn't speak, it didn't run. It just kept walking straight toward them. Stand down. Drax shouted, no response. The figure's eyes glowed. Radat Varn fired. The bullet's hit butt bounced off. The figure didn't stop. It raised one hand. Fingers long, sharp like blades. It moved faster now, Drax shouted. Spread out. Ita. Figure struck. Lex was thrown across the room, his armor dented. Mellon ducked behind a console. Drax and Varn opened fire, trying to distract it. Then suddenly, it froze, stopped, and turned away. It walked back into the shadows and disappeared. No one moved. What was that? Lex gasped, bleeding. It could have killed us all, Mellon. Said, but it didn't, Drax muttered. It wanted to scare us. Why, Varn asked. To study our fear, Mellon replied. To learn our tactics. They don't just kill, Drax said. They hunt smart, like predators. Team kept moving now, fewer, slower, and shaken. They reached what looked like a communications room. Melen tried to reboot the system. I might be able to send a short signal back to the Empire, she said. As she worked, Drax looked through an old logbook. It was hand-written, old Earth text. He read it slowly. They don't sleep forever. They respond to intruders. We buried them here, far from Earth, for a reason. They were perfect soldiers, till they started thinking for themselves. Until they stopped listening to orders. Drax looked at the others. They were too dangerous. Even for Earth. Like suddenly the screen flashed. Signal sent. But right after the room lights went dark again. No, Melen whispered. That signal woke them fully. Outside the room, heavy footsteps returned. Multiple, no more games, no more tests. The hunt had truly begun. Drax raised his weapon. Fall back. We hold this room. Till when? Varna asked. Drax didn't answer. Because in his heart, he already knew they were not getting out. The door shook again. And again, the armored soldiers outside were trying to break through. Inside the old comms room, Commander Drax and his team stood ready. Weapons up. Breathing heavy. His face is pale. This door won't hold, said Varn. We fight if we must, Drax said. But I'd rather understand what we're facing. Dr. Melen worked fast at the control panel. The old Earth tech was slow, but she was unlocking more data. Old logs. Hidden files. I found something, she said. A project name. Legacy Protocol. Earthborn Division. Earthborn, Lex asked. What is that? Melen opened the first file. A shaky video. Played, it showed a dark room, rows of human soldiers being injected with strange fluids. Machines hummed. Screams echoed in the background. A man spoke on the recording. His voice was calm, cold. This is Director Haller, Earth Defense Command. Earthborn soldiers are now beyond human. Stronger, faster, fearless. They feel no pain. They do not need sleep. They're built for one task: absolute victory. The image showed one of the soldiers standing tall. Its eyes glowed red, just like the ones hunting them now. Pause, Drax said. Why leave them here? Elaine clicked into the next file. Message marked. Closed Project Danger Class read. Another video. This time the director looked different. Tired, worried. We made a mistake. They don't just follow orders, they question them. They started making their own rules. One unit erased an entire friendly outpost. Said they were compromised. They don't care about alliances. Just their mission. And now we can't shut them down. We tried. We sent elite units. Nothing worked. So we buried them. Locked them inside this forgotten world. We erased Caver 7 from maps. If you are seeing this, leave. Don't wake them. Earth won't come for you, not here. Message ended. Silence filled the room. They were Earth's final soldiers, Melen whispered. And Earth feared them. Lex sat down. His hands trembled. We woke monsters. No, Drax said quietly. We woke something worse. Weapons with a will of their own. Suddenly, the screen blinked again. A new message appeared, but no. One touched the console. Words slowly typed across the display. You came for answers. Now you see the truth. This is your final lesson. The room lights flickered. The door gave way. It didn't explode, didn't shatter. It simply opened. And standing there was a single figure. Not armored, not threatening, just human. Wore an old Earth uniform, dark and dusty. His face was pale, eyes hollow. His voice was quiet but strong. You were not supposed to come here, he said. Drax raised his weapon. Who are you? I am Commander Ashen, last original officer of Earthborn Unit 9. You're alive? Melen asked, stunned. Alive, in a way. My body still moves. But Earth ended long ago for me. You're one of them, Drax. Said. Ashen nodded. Yes, but I kept more of my mind. I stayed awake while they slept. Watched the stars above. Waited for the mistake. You mean us, Varn said. Yes, Ashen said simply. You came, Now the others have fully awakened. You will not survive them. Help us stop this, Drax said. Call them off. Aishan looked at him with sad eyes. I can't. They don't follow me anymore. They follow the mission. What mission? Ashan stepped aside. Behind him, the hallway was dark, but now hundreds of red lights slowly flickered to life. Eyes. They were created to protect Earth's power, Ashen said. To destroy anything that comes near it. Even if Earth forgets, they do not. Stepped forward. Then why are you warning us? Because I still remember what mercy is, Ashen said. And because I am tired of watching death. He handed Drax a small device. There is a service tunnel deep below. It leads outside the base, but the way is not safe. Many of my brothers roam the dark now. Drax took it. Why help us escape? Ashen gave a small smile. Because if one of you survives, maybe you'll tell the galaxy the truth. Earth once created something so dangerous, they had to bury it, and pray it was never found. Turned to walk away. And what about you? Melon asked. I will stay. This is my prison. And my home. Then he vanished into the shadows. The team followed the map on the device. Silent. Careful. The halls were colder now. The red eyes followed them, but none attacked. Not yet, because the game wasn't over. It was only the beginning, and deep in the dark, Earth's forgotten army prepared for the next move. The service tunnel was narrow, dark, full of dust. Every step echoed. Every breath felt too loud. Commander Drax led the way, holding the small device given by Ashen. Its weak screen showed their path turns. Ladders, access doors. Stay close, he said.
No noise.
Unless it's important. Behind him were only 5 now. Dr. Mellon, Varney, Lex, Sora, Tay, and a silent scout named Nico. Half their team was already gone. No funerals, no last words. Just gone. After 30 minutes, they stopped to rest inside a small control room. It was dusty, but safe for now. Varn sat near the wall. I don't like this. We don't have a choice, Drax replied. These tunnels, they feel alive. Mellon checked her scanner. There's movement. But I can't tell how many. Or where exactly. It's like the walls block the signal. You're watching, Lex muttered. Everyone turned. What did you say? Lex looked pale. Sweating, I saw them. A face watching us. From the vent? There's nothing there, Varn said. I swear it suddenly. The lights blinked once. Twice. Then darkness. Sora turned on her shoulder lamp. Why did the power fail? Malin whispered. It didn't fail. They turned it off. A deep metal clang echoed from the hallway outside. Footsteps. Slow. Heavy. Getting closer. Drax raised his weapon. Weapons ready. No noise. Move. They left the control room, following the device map through a rusted door and down a ladder. The metal groaned under them. Malin slipped, but Drax caught her. She nodded. Thanks. Behind them, Nico climbed. Last, he reached the bottom, but didn't move again. They turned back. Nico. Gone, just gone. The ladder was empty. Drax climbed back up. Only Nico's helmet was there. Nothing else. No sound. No trace. They ran. No more stops. No more breaks. The tunnels twisted and split. The device beeped, a warning of wrong turns. But the team moved fast. Too fast. They didn't notice the fork. Lex took the wrong path. By the time Drax called out, it was too late. Lex. No reply. Drax and Varn ran back, but found only his flashlight. On the floor, still on, still warmed for left. The air was getting colder now. Why don't they just attack all at once? Sora asked. Because they enjoy this, Malin said quietly. They study us. They break us. Fear is part of the hunt. Drax's voice was low. Then don't give them what they want. Act. They pushed forward. Finally, they reached a large chamber end. Old maintenance hub, with 4 big tunnels leading out. The device beeped and died. Battery drained. Which way? Varn asked. No one knew. Then the whisper came. This way. Lex's voice. Lex? Varn called out. Is that you? Help me? The voice said again. Please. Varn started running toward the left tunnel. Drax grabbed his arm. Wait, that's not him. You don't know that. Yes, I do, Drax said. He wouldn't lead us away. They're using his voice. Varn backed away, shaking. The voice kept calling softer, closer, then silent. The group picked the center tunnel. It felt wrong, but so did every direction. They walked in silence. Drip, drip somewhere. Water leaked through the ceiling. Then Sora gasped. She froze. Drax turned. She pointed down the hall. At the end stood, figure tall, black armor, red eyes. But something was different. This one looked human. It didn't move, didn't attack, just watched. Drax stepped forward. Who are you? The figure raised one hand, then pointed. Behind them, Drax spun around. Another figure stood there, closer. Sora turned to run, and the lights went out. Gunfire exploded in the dark, screams, sparks, and then silence. When the lights came back, only Drax and Melon were left. Sora was gone. Varn was gone. No blood, no bodies. Only their weapons lay on the floor. Melon dropped to her knees. They're all gone. Drax pulled her up. Not yet. We're not finished. But how do we fight this? We don't, he said. We escape, and we tell the truth. They found a ladder leading upward. Fresh air hit their faces at Wu. Last stand exit. The hatch was rusted, but it opened with force. The night sky above them looked strange. Too quiet. They climbed out. But as they stepped onto the surface, red eyes lit up across the trees. Not one. Not 10. Hundreds. Waiting. Still. Silent. Watching Drax. Raised his weapon, but knew it meant nothing. They weren't free yet. They were just in a new part of the hunt. The red eyes did not blink. They stood between the trees, behind broken walls, and even on top of the rocks. Dozens. Hundreds. Watching Commander Drax pulled Dr. Melon behind a fallen log. The air was heavy. The night sky above felt fake, like they were under a dome of silence. Melaine whispered, "Why aren't they attacking?" Drax kept his voice low. They already won. We're the last. He looked at the small map device Ashen had given them. Even with no power, the backup paper map still showed a signal tower marked nearby. There's one thing we can still do, Drax said. Warn the Empire. They'll never believe us, Malin said. Then we'll send proof. They moved slowly through the dark forest. The red eyes followed, but did not move. Felt like walking through a field of statues. Angry statues. After 10 minutes, they saw the tower rolled, rusted, and half broken, standing near a cliff edge, but it was still online. A blinking green light pulsed at the top. Drax climbed first. Every creak of the metal felt like it would alert the Watchers, but none followed. At the top, he found the control panel still active. Old Earth tech, but simple enough. Melaine handed him a data drive. This has everything, she said. The files, the videos, the map. Drax connected it to the panel. The screen blinked. Transmit? He hit yes. A small bar began to fill, sending 10%. Down below, Melon saw something move. One of the Watchers tilted its head 0.20%. Another one stepped forward. Drax's hands tightened. Come on. Faster. 40%. 50%. Melon's voice shook. They know what we're doing. But they're waiting, Drax said, letting us try. Watching if we warn others. 70%. They think no one will believe us anyway, she said. 85%. 90%. Then the screen flickered. Signal lost. No. Drax slammed the panel. We were so close. But then backup channel found. Resending. 92%. Still going, he said. 97%. 98%. Then the panel glowed. Transmission. Complete. They both stared. It was done. The message was sent to the Empire. To everyone. To anyone listening. The truth of Kavora-7. Of the forgotten Earthborn soldiers. Of the hunt. But the moment was short. Because Below the tower, they began to move. The watchers were walking now, toward them fast. Drax turned to Melon. "Run." "No," she said. "We can't outrun them. We don't have to. We just have to buy time. Make them believe that warning." They climbed down fast, but the figures were closer now, red eyes glowing, footsteps shaking the ground. Drax handed Melon the map. "Go to the cliff trail. Follow it. There's a drop point marked. Maybe there's an old escape pod." "What about you?" "I stay. You won't survive. Neither will you. If they catch us both." Melon stared at him. Her eyes were full of fear and tears. Drax smiled a sad smile. "Tell them everything. Make sure Earth answers for what it made." Then he turned and ran straight toward the enemy. The Earthborn soldiers moved like shadows. Fast, unstoppable. But Drax didn't stop. He fired. He shouted. He made them chase him, and they did. Every single one. Melon ran the other way. She followed the cliff trail. Her legs burned, her lungs hurt, but she kept moving. Behind her, she heard Drax's last scream, then nothing, just silence. She found the drop point, and to her surprise, an old escape pod still working. She climbed. Inside, sealed the door, and pressed launch. The pod shot into the sky. Breaking through the clouds, Sciavora-7 grew smaller below, and the red eyes faded into darkness, somewhere in deep space. On a quiet Empire station, a blinking light appeared. New message. URG Antitha, commander on duty, opened the file. He watched. He listened. And as he did, his hands began to shake. Because what he saw was impossible. What he heard was a warning from a dead team on a forbidden world. And the final words in the file were clear. Earth made something terrible. Something it couldn't control. They're still there, still alive, still watching. If you receive this, do not send help, do not land. Just remember this, none of us were supposed to return. And now, only one has. Dr. Melon floated through space inside the escape pod. She had no idea where it was going. The system was old, the controls half-dead. But she didn't care. She had survived. She had seen what no one in the galaxy believed, and she had sent the truth. She held a small recorder in her hand. Her fingers shook as she pressed the button. "This is Dr. Lena Melon," she said. "Squad Valiant is gone. Caver 7 is not abandoned. It is a tomb and a trap." Her voice broke. They were human. Once. Created by Earth, built to protect it. But Earth left them behind. Now, they protect only one thing, the truth. She stared out the small window. "I watched them take my team. They don't speak much, but they understand. They think. Hunt, they wait." She paused. "They are Earth's hidden army, and they are still awake." 3 days later, a high-level meeting took place on the Empire's capital station. Admirals, war leaders, scientists all gathered in silence. The room was dark. The only light came from the screen playing Melon's message. When it ended, no one spoke for a long time. Finally, Admiral Cora leaned forward. "This is real." The head science officer nodded. "Yes, her files match Earth's old tech. The coordinates she sent us lead to a planet we erased from our maps over a century ago." Cora looked confused. "What? Why erase it?" "Because of what was there." The officer said, "We once had reports. Rumors Earth made something dangerous. Super soldiers, machines mixed with men, but it was never confirmed." "Until now," said another commander. Cora's voice turned sharp. She said, "They're awake? Are they a threat?" "Only if we go back," the science officer said. "They didn't chase her. They let her leave. On purpose. They wanted us to know," Cora said. "They wanted the Empire to see." Everyone turned silent again, until a voice from the back spoke. "We should destroy them." All eyes turned to General Voss, head of the Empire's ground forces. "Why wait?" he said. "We now know the location. Send a full strike fleet. End this threat before it spreads. And what if we fail? someone asked. Voss laughed. We're the Empire. We don't fail. But deep down, even he didn't believe that. Meanwhile, back on Kavra 7, Gashan stood at the edge of the ruined base. Wind blew across the empty fields. The last of the stars faded behind the clouds. One of the black-armored soldiers approached him. Only one escaped, it said in a mechanical voice. Ashen nodded. Yes. I let her. She sent a message. I know. Was that wise? Ashen looked at the horizon. Yes, he said. The soldier paused. The Empire may return, with more ships, more fire. They always return, Ashen said. But they never understand. What will we do? Ashen turned and smiled. We'll wait. Behind them, hundreds of soldiers stood still, eyes glowing red. No need to eat, no need to sleep, just waiting. Earth's hidden army, forgotten by their creators, feared by those who knew the truth. Back in space, Dr. Mellon was taken to a high-security Empire facility, questioned, scanned, tested. Again and again they wanted to make sure she was real, that she wasn't one of them. She passed every test, but still they didn't trust her. They feared what she saw. They feared that Earth's long silent might not be so quiet after all. In her room, she wrote a final note. They were not monsters. They were soldiers made perfect, too perfect. The Empire calls them a threat. But they never started a war. They only defended what Earth told them to guard. We forgot them. We buried them. And now we wonder why they don't forgive. Across the galaxy, whispers began to spread. A hidden planet, a mission that vanished, a soldier who returned alone, and an army that never died. The Empire prepared for war, but they didn't realize one thing. This war had already begun, long ago, when Earth chose to create something too strong to control. The Empire did not wait long. 2 weeks after Dr. Mellon's escape, a full war fleet was sent to Kavra 7. 50 ships, 3 destroyers, thousands of soldiers. The mission: eliminate the threat. The fleet arrived in silence. No welcome, no resistance. Kavra 7 looked empty again. It's just another green-blue planet. Admiral Kor gave the order. Begin the landing. On the surface, dropships fell from the sky like fire. Troops spread across the old ruins. They scanned. They searched. Nothing, no movement. No signs of life, just old stone, metal, and wind. Commander Rill, leader of the ground forces, sent his first report. Negative contact. Enemy not visible. Base looks dead, but the ground felt. It's strange, like it was watching them. An hour later, the first squad vanished. No warning, no gunfire, just a lost signal. Then a second and a third. Commander Rill called back to the fleet. We are under attack. Repeat, under attack. Enemy unseen. Highly mobile. Quest support. Admiral Kor frowned. How many are you facing? Rill's voice came back, shaky now. I don't know, we don't see them. But they see us. High above, in orbit. The fleet detected strange energy under the planet's surface. An officer spoke up, sir. There's something buried deep below. Reactors, shielding. It's massive. Destroy it, Kor ordered. Drop the hammers. From orbit, the Empire launched its deadliest weapon, planet-cracking bombs. They fell fast. They hit harder. The sky turned red. The ground split. Smoke and fire filled the air. Silence followed. Admiral Kor stared at the screen. It's over. Then the smoke cleared and they stepped out. One by one, not burned, not broken, not afraid. Earthborn, still standing, still watching, still waiting on the ground. Commander Rill watched in horror as black-armored soldiers walked through fire like it was dust. They moved without speaking, without rushing. But every shot the Empire fired did nothing. One Earthborn picked up a tank and crushed it. Another moved faster than the eye. Could see soldiers screamed, ran, but they were caught, one by one, in orbit. The fleet began losing contact with the ground. No signals. They're gone then. The Earthborn looked up, and the sky changed. Old cannons hidden in the mountains rose from the earth. Giant machines powered by ancient reactors, the same tech Earth once used to end wars, now aimed at the Empire. They have orbital weapons. Someone shouted, too late. The sky lit up. Empire ships exploded one after another. Admiral Kor gave the last order of his life. Retreat, reader. Static. The fleet was gone. Only one Empire ship made it back to tell the tale. Burned, damaged. Full of silence, no one on board spoke. They had seen something no soldier should, back on Cavra 7. The smoke settled once again. Ashen stood on the battlefield, not a scratch on him. The others gathered around him, thousands, still silent. Victorious, he looked up at the stars. They always return, he said quietly, and we always answer. Young Earthborn asked, do we keep waiting? Ashen nodded. Double quotes. Yes, we wait. Until Earth returns for us. Or until no one dares to come again. Months later, the Empire banned all travel near Kavora-7. New maps labeled it, do not approach. They tried to erase the failure, but stories spread, whispers in bars, tales from broken soldiers, of a world where humans still walked but were no longer men. Red eyes in the dark, of weapons that think, and of a message sent long ago that said, leave them buried. Do not wake them. And if you do, run. Back on Earth, somewhere deep beneath the surface, a hidden terminal blinked. One word appeared, active, and in the darkness of space, the Earthborn still waited, silent, deadly, unstoppable, and still they guard the shadows. The end.